Can we continue or people are still on break?
I'm back. I wait on your vote, Lucy.
I don't really understand what I'm voting for because I don't know even my amount that I'm voting for. I would like to see the amount, then I vote. Because the spreadsheet has so many. Which one work? Which one is it? I'm so confused. I'll just vote when I saw the final proposal.
So are we going to put this proposal on the voting form?
Yes, voting for me.
Can we continue with the next topic or stop from here?
What's the next topic?
Is, the next topic is about what is it?
So by the way, who is going to create the voting form?
Maybe should I just inquire something? What we are voting on is the payroll, right? Tate?
Yes.
Yeah, Lucy, we are voting on the payroll.
We are voting on the payroll, but I don't know the amount that. Just voting on payroll. I don't
Yeah,
see the amount.
we
Because you have many
recently
spreadsheets. I need a specific
we sent
spreadsheet.
you
This is the spreadsheet I'm going to vote
the months
against
165 and
amount for everyone.
45.
You have more,
I think
more spreadsheets.
I think it's for 165 and for the 45, and then there was also that option for the solution that maybe made the values look that different. I don't know, but actually I've not been here in another payroll running school.
I
moment,
Hmm?
don't
so
know.
I don't know. I've not been here so long so that I know how the payroll is done and where the budget normally ranges. But I'll have to vote because maybe I don't think my vote will affect the budget so much because it's just one vote, one more, one vote. At what's laughable.
Um, please, Jay said something about also going. Are we still doing the individual needs, paying, immediate pay, and all of that? Is that still going to happen?
Hey,
There's something he said. I don't know.
can
Yeah,
someone
the
mute Glory?
individual. Yeah,
She's sleeping
we
so
can
deep.
put in the options. We can put in the options also maybe.
Can someone mute Glory?
What happened?
Meet Glory.
Why?
He's, she's sleeping so deep, can't you hear?
I'm not
Oh,
sleeping, oh.
oh, she was talking.
I'm not sleeping. I was muted, safe. I was
Hmm.
not on.
She's
I just
talking.
said something.
Oh
No,
my,
somebody is
Sleeping.
I
sleeping
have
behind.
no
Oh,
problem on
sorry.
voting. I was just like, I would like to know. I will have two spreadsheets, two to three. Which one should I really see myself on?
Lucy,
So
if you
Maybe
look
you
at
should.
it,
let's just
Same.
vote.
13K, it
Make
should
for
be
now. I don't vote.
Yeah,
I
for you,
don't see
Lucy.
okay. Let's just continue. If she does not want to vote, let's just continue.
because I don't know where my money is.
Mhm.
No, for
Well,
Lucy, for you, Jay said that for you, since you were involved already for long, he said you look at the all base token payroll overall. No,
yes,
all upfront, all
upfront,
upfront. Yeah, in line 106,
Under which spreadsheet?
106 Lucy, line
all
106.
upfront.
The like the budget is for dissolution and also for
Line
the for
106
the
Lucy.
for the
106.
for the 165 and 45 payroll dissolution plus the payroll for 165.
So if you
Mm,
That's
see
what
for
I
one
try to
sixty five
understand.
total to pay is for Lucy is 5795. But if you go to the upfront, since you have been here for long, I think it's 800 and something like that. 840.
Mhm.
mm.
So I think we are going to make a voting form and only four options will be there, right?
So now we have to make the final proposal here for number one, right?
Yes.
Option proposal to what's the title of this one? Proposal for proposal. Anyway, we will put this in the voting form now.
Voting form.
Yeah. But we should still make this like option a proposal 9,000. What's this 9,000? Dissolution. This will amount for dissolution. Is this the one? Final payment. Final payment. Final understanding. Final payment. This is final payment. Now we're talking about final payment.
Hmm.
Proposal. Our topic is final payment. So proposal.
Yeah.
Proposal. The final payment. Like that.
Budget.
Hmm? What? What,
Final
Dory?
pay, is it the budget?
For payroll.
Final payment budget. Or
Ew.
payroll.
Payroll.
Okay.
Hmm. Details. 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 This is the one current details of current discussions about the dissolution of the team. not the entire network, blah blah blah. And then client will still plan the available for two. Okay. What else are the details? Uh-huh. Going back 4 years. Going back 4 years. Details. Okay. So any question, any questions? Details. We'll put in voting form, right?
Yeah, of course.
Put in voting form. Okay, what else? Okay, who will do the voting form? Who? Who? Question. Who will do? Who will do the...
You can do it.
Okay,
You can do
what's
it.
the answer? How to do this? Option 1, option 2. I don't know how to do this voting form. What to put, what to... Okay, let's try to do it. Okay,
I don't
next.
enjoy.
Any more question, guys? Lucy? Oma, Gloria, who else are here? Jay is
J.
on. Jay is on mute. Okay. Questions. Any more questions?
Hey,
Okay,
Jace,
yeah. So we are not doing anything on an individual basis right now. We've concluded, right? Is that
let's say we'll still
Individual
proceed with it
basis.
tomorrow, or we are
We
just
can.
finishing at that point.
Which one? This
No,
one?
we'll create the form. We send the form out 24
Uh-huh,
hours. And then we
uh-huh,
see which options pass. I
uh-huh.
think we certify
okay?
and then we do course. I don't know. Jay should come
Hmm.
and say it. I don't know. But I think
Okay,
that's
Jay's.
how it's supposed to
Because
go. That's how it's supposed to
okay,
go,
there's
from
something
my
is
own understanding. Maybe,
okay.
I don't know all the policies. At times, there are popping policies. I don't know.
You don't know the policies.
is Jane no longer here? I think
Because
he's still here.
as Ate say, as Ate said,
The
the
policies.
policies keep on
You know the
coming.
policies at you know the
I don't know.
policies.
I don't know
If
anything.
if you don't
Don't.
know the policies, then I don't know anything.
And then there's trouble.
Anyway, it's okay. It's
Maybe
okay.
Joyce. No, I don't know.
I'm not here.
You're not here.
So is Jane no longer on this call?
I think he's communicating on Discord.
Yes, there.
Jay is
Okay,
gone.
he left.
Yeah.
It's
Just
also
now.
time.
I think he
It's
left
also
just
time to
now.
sleep.
Maybe
I
internet thinks he's
I think
He's also traveling.
after
Maybe there is internet issue
after
somewhere.
vote form, maybe then AMCAS discussion.
AMCAS discussion.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, but I
AMCAS
think
is
after vote we need to certify the vote first.
Yes. Then we do
Then we do
AMCAS.
the course.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
From what I know,
And
I'm not saying that it's correct.
You
Maybe
must do.
I'm not saying it's correct.
so this proposal will be
Eh,
minus the 44 for UMA.
Joyce, why are you so strict on $44? We can you live on $44?
We're just joking. We're just
In
making
everywhere,
the
in
If I
everywhere, they
if
don't
I
even
get
leave
you,
even one
if
dollar.
I
Nobody
if I
leaves
get
one
you,
dollar.
Joyce, if I get you,
what
try to
happened?
minus. trying
Life
to
is
mind the
following
city.
policy.
Here,
Can you
nobody
give me
leaves a
$44?
dollar.
That's a
Oh, yeah,
bonus.
I voted for you, I voted
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, you
Don't
voted
take
for me.
Every
credit.
every
That's a bonus
everything goes
somehow.
into
Eh?
the budget.
Actually,
They will tell you
actually,
everything will be
actually,
in the
my
budget.
Wakana balance is
$1.
even around just $70, so you can still not live. At least now when the
I'm just
withdrawals
I'm just
come.
making I'm just making the situation lighter. So we minus you
Okay,
44. Okay
good.
then. So
You,
okay, so what else are the questions? Questions. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay,
So
the
this
details.
now at the end of the day, if a particular vote wins, so how is it gonna be like?
Papers, which one passed, and then later on how much per worker.
Yeah,
Yeah, is which
Let's
one
see
passes
first.
first?
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Because if 900 pass, definitely there will
9,000.
be 9,000. Definitely the percentage cut from the all
Yeah,
based on. So
Yeah,
we
it
we'll
will know
agree
depends.
on
that.
percentages.
Yeah,
Yes.
there will be because that's our team agreement.
Yeah. Mhm. Then we put also, Jay said within 48 hours to 1 week. Payment within 48 hours to 1 week. Then what else did we say there? Said it depends on the agreement, he said. What matters is the agreement. Okay. They put also in the details. What matters? What matters? Tomorrow you said, no? We can. So what was your question, Gloria, again, a while ago? The per, what was the other question?
I said, how
How
will
much per
the
person?
agreed, yeah, per person, yes.
Per
Yeah.
person. Per person.
So
So
I think it was
we'll,
answered right by percentage.
Yes, we also answered that a percentage will be agreed on
we'll try to
based on
pass this
each
proposal.
person.
I did the proposal first, then we see how much for each person. Each
Yeah.
person. Okay. Any concern?
Or except some people will.
What are the question? Uh,
Yeah, concern is the same as on
what concern
Uma's.
from
We do not have a budget. We don't have a budget. Blah, blah, blah.
budget is what? Uh-huh. But concern. Concern.
Ate,
Is it that you don't get me?
Budget. What was the concern?
Yeah, we do
ate.
not have a budget. Mm-hmm.
No
Uma, how
budget.
can I help?
No, 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 no.
No budget? Okay, did you say no budget?
Yes, you
Yes.
say so.
Okay, what else? Concern, what else a concern? Da-da-da. Concern is
Client
concern.
work. Little client work then.
Client work. Client work.
So Uma have mastered all J's concept. Any little thing, you will just put it in Discord. Little or
No
no
budget.
client will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's already a member.
You have to be detailed like he does it.
Mm-hmm.
Concern needs AMCAS discussion, blah blah blah. Is that a
Almost has to
concern?
be.
Is that a concern? Okay, anyway, there's one concern, let's vote.
Yeah.
Uh, si Ate, Uma,
Wait, let me just put it.
Gloria,
Yes, I put it.
Gloria, who else is here? Joyce, Joyce. Mhm. Okay, vote. Where is our vote away? Ah,
News
here, here.
Vegetate Nagonia.
Control C. Tick, 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 tick. Where are we now? Oh, here. Hold on. Okay, let's vote. Ay, Lord. Where is B145 to... No. It should be B145, B151. Okay. Vote to approve the instance final payment, blah, 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 blah. So this is 8.99.
Um, I'll
I vote
vote I vote
8.99.
I vote 8.
You don't want to give decimal or something?
Okay, 8.5.
8 point. Okay. Uma?
I'll vote 8.5. 8.99.
8.99. 8.99. Gloria, you vote 8.99 here. Why are you not consistent?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Joy.
sorry. I don't know. I don't know how you do it.
Anyway. No, it's okay, it's okay. I'm just
Put
joking. I was just
8.99.
joking. I was just joking.
How many? Let me vote. Oh, I'll vote.
Uma.
Hey. I'll vote 7.5.
Eh? You voted 8.5 here. I voted
No,
7.
7.5.
7.5.
Mm.
Okay, so 8.6. 8.6. Is this congruency?
Is Lucy voting?
No,
Is this congruency? Congruency, no?
Yes, yes. Unless J, you can
If
put J's name. Maybe he wants to vote.
if this congruency, we can put 10, right? They said before. 10, 10.5. Anyway, okay, passes. Passes.
Uma removed your votes. You removed
Mm.
Uma's vote.
Ah, who remove? 7.5. Okay. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so this congruency or passes? I'm not sure. Um,
Yes.
what else are the terms that they saying when there is very high agree ano?
You can just say pass when they
Consensus.
Extremely pass.
Consensus.
it's criminal.
There's a
Consensus.
there's a term is saying there's a term is saying um,
Consensus.
Overpass.
consensus.
Not overpass.
Mm.
That is a word. I don't know.
Okay. Anyone
Consensus.
to who put in the decision so
I
Yes.
they
can
can see.
I can copy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they can
Thank
see
you.
that this is the one that passed.
Right, right for Lucy. Don't want to vote.
Not voting.
Not a
Not
pass.
voting.
Not voting.
Oh my
Not
you.
voting.
Just leave it empty.
Not
I'm back.
Okay, J. So I think Joe would like to vote.
Yeah.
So I should not copy paste pass. Okay.
Yeah, let's just wait. Let J vote first.
I thought I already voted. Was separate.
There is a
You voted on the option. We are voting on. We made a proposal.
Oh,
on
okay.
line
the one that
136.
passed. Yeah, the one that passed.
Does someone want to tell me what it is, or just want me to look it up
Okay.
myself?
Okay, can I read the proposal?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is on line 136J to proposal to approve $9,000 as the final payment for payroll. Details. Current discussion is about the dissolution of the team, not the entire network. Going back 4 years, currently estimation are going back into the past. Will you put in voting form? Payment within 48 hours to 1 week. What matter is getting agreement. Question. Who will do the voting form? I think that's at it. How much per person? We will try to pass this proposal first, then we see how much for each person. Concern, no budget. Another concern, no needs cast discussion. Do you have any concern, anything to add on that?
So there's definitely a couple things missing here. I would say that the proposal as it was written now is not necessarily the final
Yeah,
proposal, if that makes sense.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
there'll be three
So,
proposals.
what do you mean three proposals?
Four, I think four. The ones that pass and abstain.
What?
We will all put this in the voting form. Option 1 to 10.
I think those options already that were on the voting form, Joyce.
Ah, there's already? Okay.
Yeah, on
Yeah,
the
they were
voting
there
form,
already.
they're already there.
I don't know what.
So we go with the option that passed. Then
Mhm.
maybe after that, I know maybe we'll have another vote proposal. I'm not
But
sure.
can I ask why we're voting on option three?
Mm.
Because it's the highest for now. Then we'll finish option three. We are going to go to
Oh, I
option
see.
one.
Okay,
Then
I see.
after we'll
It's the
go to
highest.
option. Pardon?
I
Yeah,
see. I see. I
I
see.
think so.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
same.
Okay. So, anyways, as far as the things that are missing from the proposal, there's three things. So the one is obviously the work output. The other thing is basically the statement and agreement itself, and then the last, and the amounts, right? The amounts per person, statement and agreement itself, and then obviously there's cuts. So I think as long as we're understanding this is like a preliminary proposal, does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, it's a preliminary
Okay.
proposal. We are going to send it out.
Okay.
If people vote yes on it, it becomes a final proposal. Am I correct?
Say what?
It's a preliminary proposal. If we send it out in a voting form and everyone votes yes on it, it becomes a final proposal. Am I correct?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that to make it an actual final proposal, we do need the work output and we need the amounts per person and statements on the agreement itself. So there's still some things that are missing here that I could add in if we
Yeah,
wanted
go
to
ahead
go
and
through
add.
it.
Add
Okay,
it, please.
but either way, I would generally, oh my god, I would generally be voting a no on this just because it is high. Um, but I
So,
think
may I ask a
I would
question,
be
Jay?
what?
Yeah, can I ask a question? What is that you want to pass?
Like, how did I vote? I voted um, for between $2,000 and $4,000,
Uh-huh.
or 2,000, yeah, 2,004 to $4,000, yeah. But I'm about making sure things just match, like the work output and everything, and making sure we can have an audit trail for everything. For me, that's important for sure. Anyway, so but I guess I would for this. Um, I don't think I would vote no on it. I mean, I don't think I would block it per se. I do think it's a little high though. So we'll see how it goes with the cuts, but I do think it is definitely high. But that's where the work output comes in. So if we can justify it in the work output, then that will be a lot easier to do. Cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna vote a 2 for now. It still passes, as you can see, even with my 2. Anyways, but what we need to do is add in the additional details. So the things that are missing is the work output, and we do have the form, so we can link the form for that. If you would like me to do that, I can do that, or someone else wants to do it. You guys
You
have the
say
form?
statement per amount per person. Statement. Okay, agreement.
So on this work output, is it? I don't understand how they doing it.
How to what?
The work output, how is it happening?
I put the form here. There's like a form that you can fill out to like kind of help us get engagement on the work output form. It's like 159.
So I'll go on work output since 2020.
Oh,
I mean,
this
you don't have to do it all
this
at
going
once,
to
but
be
you can just
confusing.
start. Yeah, you can just start with one part at a time. But the idea, the general idea, is to have like a general, and you only need to list client work deliverables and client work output, right? You don't need to list all of the work output unless you wanted to. We're just mainly concerned about the client work. So uncus, we know how to
Yeah,
deal with that,
but
and
I
then
think according to policy, the client work that we are being paid for is not always deliverable, right? Because I hear many times you keep saying that we don't need to do, and we just need to schedule for the
Something.
responsibilities, something like that.
yeah, that would be client output, right? So training and setup would not be considered output, but is still paid by the client. But then in relationship to output and deliverables, we just want to make sure we're doing work and have like an audit trail. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think it will be very difficult for me to go and start calculating client output since 2020. Eh? That's a lot of work and a lot of time that we are going to waste.
I mean, just start with the last 6 months, and then you can go from there. But the point is that I mean, I don't think $9,000 represents all of the money that you guys are talking about. So it's just going back as far as you want. But the point is that what is the client output and the client deliverables? It doesn't need to be, you know, I the only thing I can even think of for like the last 5 months, like 4 or 5 months, is the WCDC amendment. Like we haven't done anything since January. Like there's no, like very little happened since December, January as far as
No, but
client
if the
deliverables
payment is for the
and output.
last for since for the last 4 years, then we should do client output for the last 4 years. That's how it's supposed to be.
For you, yeah, exactly. If you want to justify payments for 4 years, then there should be client deliverables and output. Obviously, deliverables would be the first priority, and then going into the output if we wanted to do that.
Seriously, that's too much work. I'm not even sure I'm going to have time to do that.
Well, no, we don't have to do it now, but it just needs to be done in general, right? Does that make sense? So in terms of just making sure it's all documented and
Yeah,
understood.
it'll be done in general. I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Is this required for, sorry Joyce, for
Okay.
everyone?
Yeah, everyone.
Okay, so then, so are there any more questions on that part? Like, I mean, I would just put that would go in the details. I would just add this to the details that the expectation is to have a list of work output for audit purposes on the final payment, right? In relationship to the uncus loan. Does
Okay.
that make sense? And
Yes.
then
Okay.
you can link the form. And then the other component the is the actual legal agreement itself.
Which one is legal agreement again?
No, this is for the final payment, right? For the because we're in the legal action, right?
So what does it need to? What do we need to say for legal action, if I may ask?
Yeah, I'm getting it right now. It should just see one more minute here. Okay, here we go. So it's sort of like the way I would put it is kind of like, that we all agree that this amount, the $9,000, would be uh, fair and sufficient for all parties and meets all the minimum requirements, owed by the organization, right? Does that sort of make sense?
Come again, Jay.
Here, let me write it down. So this is the first kind of part, line with score. The idea that this amount of, like in this case, the $9,000 is fair and meets all minimum required owed, all required amounts owed to by the organization, right?
So are we
And
supposed to
then,
agree on this? Is it a must?
oh no, that's just the beginning, right? So then you have um, that all parties receiving payment, uh, let's say full payment beyond base pay after cut loan will waive all rights. Wait, it says all loan will agree, right? Agree that the final payment meets all requirements for past pay to allow the organization to move forward, and that the parties waive all rights and claims of injuries to their person, even if unaware or finding out in the future. So I think that's basically what I got. So it's not perfect, but it's like a I would call this a draft statement. Draft statement. Um, Statement for agreement, right? For the final agreement. For final agreement. For final agreement. So this doesn't need to be finalized right now, but the whole idea is that for $9,000, this should be the final agreement and should address all possible issues, and that all parties receiving this final payment, um, based on the UMCUS loan being agreed upon, that final payment that meets all requirements for past pay to allow the organization to move forward, and that the parties have waived all the rights and claims of injuries to their person, even if unaware.
I think this draft statement should not be
Actually the
included
final
yet.
payment. It's not. Say what?
I think this draft statement should not be included yet because it's still a draft. We did not vote on it. We did not finalize. So we should still like discuss within the team if this is
Yeah. So I mean, if this is just a draft proposal and it's not the actual final proposal, like Ate asked me, if this proposal passes now and then it gets approved on the voting form, then we can send the payment with the UMCUS proposal. And my answer is yes, only if it included the draft statement for agreement, right?
only
Because
if
that's
this.
part of the agreement for the $9,000, and paying everybody would include this. So payment, and
Okay,
we could go
so
over the final
this
details
statement
tomorrow or
need
in
to
the
be
future. It's fine.
included on the proposal. So can we put it as a
Yeah,
details?
I got it. Yeah, I'm just saying if we want this to be the final proposal, and everybody actually wants agreement on $9,000, and this is it, then this would need to be included to finalize the actual agreement. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And claims of what is this? And claims of what's this, IJ? And claims of
So the parties waive all rights and claims of injuries to their person, even if unaware or finding out in the future. And then we could also
injuries,
note, right?
injuries,
Note this does not affect legal ownership and claims to equity and voting rights as an owner, right? So you can still can claim
equity.
ownership. Um, So for me, the process, there's three things happening here, right? The first, right? So the three monetary processes have one is the base pay, which is like the minimum pay regardless. The second is the bonus pay requires the cuts loan, right? And this is the final payment. And then the third is the right for owners to request buyout, right? So if
Okay.
owner, for example, Alex and other people want to buy out their ownership equity stake in the company, like then that is a perfectly viable thing. But that is not asking for when you want all of your tokens. That is not selling. That is
You're
not getting paid
breaking.
for your work,
Right.
right? That is dissolving all of your equity ownership and your rights as an owner, which is a separate thing. So you can still claim ownership buyout, right? Which is separate. The final payment should be based on your work output, not your ownership. And your ownership would be a separate buyout, which would be for all of your equity and your value. Does that sort of make sense? There's two separate things.
Okay, so this does not include the right to the buying out of the uh, ownership, the equity, right?
Done separately, but if
This
You're not caring, G.
people want
Yeah,
the
his line is
buyout
breaking up.
tied up
Maybe as he's
into
traveling.
their final agreement. If you guys can't hear me, it's nothing I can do about that. But
Yeah, just go
it says
ahead.
I have 4 bars. I don't know. But anyways, the point is that if you wanted to tie up your final payment with the buyout separately, we could vote on both of those together. But they're two very separate legal processes. Does that make
okay.
sense? Like getting paid for your work is one legal agreement and process, and that's what I would call the final payment. And then the
Mm-hmm.
second process would be the buyout of your ownership and the liquidation of all of your tokens and all of your equity
Yeah.
value. And
Okay.
that would be a separate process and a separate
Okay.
valuation based on what is possible in the organization. So for me, those are two separate values that could be joined into the same agreement, but then you're agreeing on two separate things. You're agreeing on your actual pay as a worker based on your work output, and then you're also agreeing on your equity buyout in liquidation of your ownership stake, right? Liquidation of ownership stake. Right? So Alex has requested that. Other people have requested that. You guys might have calculated all that. I'm not totally sure. But the bottom line is that if we want to combine those into the same proposal, we can, but it would be like two parts, the same proposal. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So this draft
Yeah.
proposal it doesn't include the buying out of the ownership.
Correct. And if you guys are
Okay.
asking for that, then we want to know that, right? So if you're asking for the complete liquidation of all your ownership stake in the company, you have a right to do that. And
Mm-hmm.
but you should put it in writing. You should tell us verbally so that we know why and what you're asking for. Otherwise, it's hard for us to put all the information together because right now I am only calculating the work output in the actual payments based on the agreements for the budget and the work output, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which
but
is
Jay,
why I think $9,000 is a little high.
With this, can someone still do a back pay proposal with your tokens and all the rest?
Can someone? Yeah, definitely, definitely. The back pay proposals are actually all included already in the 165. Oh yeah, you're getting Burger King? Oh, you're looking for? Oh yeah, there it is.
Okay, I just wanted to know. It's okay.
Yeah. So I mean, my question would be like, in your guys' back pay proposals, does that include trying to liquidate your ownership stake, or is that just asking for back pay, additional back pay?
Is that a question?
Yeah. Or I mean, if you don't know, you don't have to answer. You can say you're not sure yet. But
No, I
I'm
don't know. I was
asking.
just asking a question. I'm not sure. I don't, I'm not sure
Okay,
yet. I
cool.
just wanted clarity.
Awesome. Yeah. And so I would say like overall the the goal is to get agreement on a final payment for the work, right? And then if there is clarity that, for example, we know Alex in writing has requested his ownership buyout and liquidation of his ownership stake. So I'll do those calculations for Alex. But if other people wanted to do that as well, we should ask everybody in the entire ownership if any and get a total amount. Like the more people who want to sell their equity value, the less it's worth. Right? Does that make sense? Like every time someone sells something, the value goes down. So if everyone sold their Bitcoin, Bitcoin would crash and it wouldn't be valuable anymore, right? So the more
Really?
people who want to sell, the less valuable it is. So we want to get the total amount of cells so that we can know the total value of what's left over for the actual company, right? In terms of the valuation. So anyways, the point is that the main goal here is just getting agreement on the final payment for the work.
Okay, Jake. I have
Yeah,
a
and that
question.
includes in this case if the people are asking for back pay and everything, that would have to be part of the equation, which I believe already is, but we'll see. Yeah, Joyce.
Yeah, no, don't take this against me or whatever. I have a question. It's been my question since the past days. It's in my mind, in my heart. So I want to. Uh, the client is Jurasan, right? Jurasan. Jay.
The only clients we've ever had is Jurison
ACU.
um, and ACU. Yes, and
Yeah.
Jurison
Okay.
represents the network organizations which support and serve the sponsored programs, right? And the sponsored program
Mm-hmm.
was ACU, right? Programs. So and it is good to note that under UMCUS, we all vote on UMCUS, but in the end, like for example, if we are requesting money from the Cause Collective community, the CCC, the board of directors is the actual client, has the final say in the amount of money that's coming from the CCC. But I don't think, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna get to that point. But hopefully that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So since the client is Jurasan,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So the client work are all the works that Jurasan is asking us to do. Not only the purple ones that you highlighted as client work, right?
All the pink is the client work. What?
No, it should not be only because that's not the only work that the Jurasan, the client is asking us to do.
What? You're talking about the payroll and the budget, the internal
I
Yes.
mean,
operations?
I mean in
Normally,
general, yeah,
yeah.
in general.
Everything Jurasen is asking us to do is satisfying. We are satisfying the client, be it payroll, budget.
No,
Um.
you make a payroll for yourself and then you do the payroll to pay yourself the money, right? That's the internal operations of the cooperative. So for example, if you were working on the CCC budget, that would be client work. If you were working on the budget for Innovate United LLC, are you working on the budget for Community Life Network? Are you working on the budget of ACU? Are you working on the budget of another organization's budget? We are the owners of the cooperative. When we work on our own budget for our own team and we pay ourselves money out of our our ownership stake in our work, we're paying ourselves and doing our own budget. It's not client work. It doesn't, like if we didn't hire anybody and we just did all the work ourselves, there we wouldn't have to pay anybody money. We would just do the work in the organizations, right? So because you are here as a contractor doing work, we have to pay ourselves. And so that is work that we do internal and it is billable work. So when we do 6.6x on all of our client work, 3x goes to the billable internal operations. So we get paid to do the internal operations, which is paid for by the money we bring in from the client work.
Okay, so why are you not including the 3x from the internal when you are making the computation
Yeah, because
for
let's say
paying.
we spend 0 hours on client work and we spend 100 hours on internal operations. The internal operations would be 3x of the 6.6x, but if we didn't do any client work, then there's zero money coming in, and so there's $0 for internal operations,
Hmm?
right? So you have to have client work in order for half the money of the client work to go to the internal operations. Otherwise, there's no money to pay internal operations. The value of the internal operations comes from bringing in money from the clients by doing the work of the clients.
I
Why
like
would you
that.
guys be here if you're not doing any work for the clients? Does that make sense? Like that we're here to do work for the clients. That's what we're paid to do. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Otherwise, we're just not doing. All we're doing is a budget to pay ourselves and then paying ourselves with payroll.
This,
I'm just waiting to hear something on the solution.
Hmm?
I'm
One is
waiting
left of the day.
to hear something on the solution because it was also a topic that was to be discussed.
On the solution or dissolution?
Whichever how you term it doesn't matter. Do you hear what
What?
I
dissolution.
said?
This,
Do
I
you
think Uma
understand what I
said
said?
dissolution. Uma, I think Uma is saying is pertaining to the dissolution.
That
Okay.
is it.
Yeah.
Dissolution.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Panikizungute.
So let me give another. Wait, did we answer? Did we answer Uma's question?
I don't
What
know.
was what was
Uma,
your
did
question, Uma?
I'm asking this meeting was I'm like I just want to hear something about the solution because actually that was also part of the meeting or already I think what you are discussing, I don't know if you're discussing the budget for the 165 or the 45 degrees or the budget for the next moon month. Like, what are we talking about? And how does this relate
Yeah.
to the dissolution?
Yeah. So we're still talking about the final payment, and we have not talked about any budgets for a month. I mean, or at least 3 weeks. I
Final
mean, nobody prioritizes the budget. So
final
um,
payment for which month?
we're talking final payment for the entire team for all work done. So Ate's been around for many years. Joyce has been around for many years. Lucy's been around for many years. I've been around for many years. You've only been here for 2 months. Gloria's only been
Ah,
here for 2 months. So it's just
oh
like it's a
my.
little different discussion.
Okay,
Yeah, depending on how
okay.
long you've been. Does that make sense?
Ah, it makes sense.
Yeah, but in terms of the disillusion, we're talking about dissolving the team, right? The team is no longer working. No work has gotten done for a very long time. And right now we're discussing the definition of client work in relationship to, for example, sitting on this call for the last 4 hours discussing getting paid, which is pretty much all we talk about anymore.
Well,
It's
I
just
think
not it's just
when you
not
also
the yeah.
you when you talked about this dissolution, your main point was the team cannot work without a budget, and it was like if the team goes up to eight before a budget is agreed on, then the whole team is dissolved automatically. But today you say the team will get dissolved because there's no client work done. So I don't know if these two, both of the two, can cause a team to get dissolved, and I don't know how soon can the team get back to that client work. And I'm also asking if the payment are being made for all the years that members have been there. Is it that some of the members are for the opinion that they want to leave or they want to continue with us, or they are being paid so that they can decide what they want to do. Like just
Exactly.
in
Yes.
general, what's
Yes.
going
Like
on?
it's the second. It's the second because every single individual is fully empowered as an owner and as a team member. And so therefore
Okay,
they if
and
they get their final payment and they choose to continue, that's totally up to them and no one else, right?
Another
right?
question is
So
if
it's up to them if they want to choose to leave or not. And we
uh,
can't fire anybody because everyone's basically an owner. So we're firing everybody, but people can continue to work and they can either do their own branch or they can lower their payment or whatever it's going to be. If people's payments go to zero, it's like it doesn't matter. We can't
uh,
get rid of people if they're an owner, right? So it's
uh,
hard enough to fire someone who's getting paid, let alone if they want less money, we can't even get rid of them at all because they're an owner,
correct.
right? And that's
Uh,
exactly with Alberto. Alberto comes back, we can't get rid of him because he was never an employee. He's not an employee. He wasn't even just a contractor. He's an owner. He
now you didn't,
actually can come back anytime he wants to. Does that make sense?
it makes sense. Now you didn't talk about the solution. Is the solution caused by the team not agreeing on a budget, working without a budget,
Exactly.
or
That is exactly correct.
and
So
is the
if we
solution
can get
caused by
agreement on a budget, then we can continue the team as it is. But
and
that
is
would be a
the
separate topic. So we can do a separate topic on either the budget, and getting an agreement on the budget, or
okay.
allowing the team to dissolve and then creating a new budget based on a new team that wants to continue. Does that make sense? But that's a separate topic.
So what causes the solution? Both not having a budget and also little to no client work done, or just one of them.
The budget, it's only the budget, right?
Or
So for example, um, if if we calculate when I look at the last 6 months, I calculate between $2,000 to $3,000 of value of bonuses, right?
mm,
So we can play around with numbers and say, okay, maybe $3,000 to $4,000. I don't know, but the point is that if we paid that money, we would still have some money left over to hire the team and continue the work. If the team wanted, 9,000, 10,000, 13,000, $20,000, I mean, at some point you're talking about the whole organization dissolving because it's like it's so much money that we can't even focus on the work. There's no interest in continuing in the work itself. Does that make sense?
mhm. Yeah, it makes sense. But if you say the team gets dissolved when the team is working without a budget, but in order to get that money to run the budget, there has to be client work to be done, right? But
Correct. Yes. Client
when
work.
I just asked if the when little client work is done also affects the team, can also get the team dissolved. But you said only the budget affects the team. Now I don't know which is the response.
This is we're running a organization and a business. Everything is interrelated, right? And it's not just one thing or another. It's like, yes, the client work affects us, the budget affects us, the pay affects us, the bonuses affects us, the loans affect us. It all affects us, and we have to balance all of it. Everything we're talking about for this final payment is basically a loan.
Now it's now that you responded. For the first time, I felt you were mixing a bit. Anyway, I got you.
Yeah. So it's basically like a loan that we're discussing for the final payment, to basically get people their bonuses. But all of this value and all this money, as far as I am concerned, is not from client work. It's from overtime pay, right? For nighttime work, what people deserve. So in that context, it's like, okay, we're willing to the client is willing to pay this extra money because it's deserved, but we still need to understand why it's deserved and what is the actual client output, and more importantly, what is the client output moving forward as an organization, right? And another example I was going to give is like, um, you know, in the nonprofit, like we have the Cause Collective community, we got payment from the CCC because we did sponsorship for the Evergreen Collective, which is a BIPOC, nonprofit that supports, you know, at-risk communities and organizations that want to help people of color and like all these different things in the United States, right? So that money is taken from a 501c3 nonprofit public charity, and then we are hired to do the work for the nonprofit charity to make sure that we're doing the admin fees and the sponsorship outreach and the program support and doing all of the work that's required under our agreement with that nonprofit. And if we don't do that work and we still want payment from the client even without the work, it's just a personal benefit, right? It's a bonus, it's a personal benefit. And if we can't justify the actual output to the public benefit of the nonprofit, it's simply just not legal, right? We can't take a bunch of money for personal benefit without doing any work. Like payroll and budget is not work, right? Running a meeting and coming to a meeting and talking about getting paid is not work. That's not what we're here to do. It's not client work. If that's all we do, that's great, but it makes no logical sense for any rational organization to pay people to sit around talking about paying themselves. Like it just doesn't make any sense on any level. Check.
Mhm. Mhm.
What? It's like kind of like a
Praise
coyote or
Nam.
something. Any other questions? Otherwise, if we want to try to get this all
I
finalized,
have
we can
another
add that
I
in.
have another question. There was so much talk about the legal action, but since that day, since Monday, where the the so-called due day, I have not heard anything again about the legal action, and it's like I can't see Namno anywhere. So how far has the issue gone?
I mean, my understanding is that this is the legal action. This is the negotiation. To the whole
Oh,
point that we're trying to get a final payment is to prevent legal action, to end the legal action, and to get agreement on making a final payment so that everybody is content with moving on and allowing the organization to move on. So that's why it's so important to have the final agreement statement, which is that all parties receiving full payment beyond based on the pay after UMCA's loan agreement, that the final payment meets all requirements for past pay, you know, expected, right? To allow the organization to move forward and that all parties waive all rights and claims of injuries to their person, even if unaware or finding out in the future. Because without that, there's no way to move on, right?
mhm.
Right? We've already talked to lawyers that it happens all the time. Like, oh, you have to pay us all this money by Monday, and if you don't, we're gonna take you to court. And then you pay them $1,000, and then on Tuesday, oh, next Monday we're gonna take you to court if you don't give us another $1,000. And then another week goes by and you give them another $1,000, and then again, boom, oh, we're gonna take you to court again if you don't pay us another $1,000. So it's never ending unless you have a final agreement statement that basically makes it clear this is the final agreement on the pay and that all parties are in agreement to the pay. And this is because we are in a legal action. So hopefully
So
that makes sense, Uma, that this is the legal action
no,
right now that we're trying to
it,
avoid.
well, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in the manner that I don't see the person who really wanted to go to court in the same meeting, so that we can also know he is satisfied with the responses, or if he left everything because now I anyway, I have my own opinion for that. I don't want to say anything.
Okay, you can message him in Discord.
No, I don't
No,
know.
even like I'm also like concerned, even though
I
we
don't
are
want to
voting and
anyway.
then Namno is not there, is he not going to, or he's preparing the document for the court? Or maybe he's now busy preparing document for the court. Who knows?
I don't know, but I just kind of want to get focused on the topic and make sure we're clear on what's going on. But
Okay.
my understanding is that Namno can do whatever he wanted or whatever he wants to. Namno made it very clear that his goal in the in initiating legal action was really not
Yeah,
about him. It was
yeah,
it was
my lawyer.
about making sure that the workers get paid fairly and that they get everything due to their cause, right? And Namno
Yes.
has basically no I don't know what the term. He doesn't have really much action because he himself has very little investment in the organization. He was only around a couple months,
My
right? The
lawyer.
people who
Anyway,
have the value in the organization and have a legal interest in getting agreement is Joyce, Ate, and Lucy, right? That is basically the three people who've done the most work in the organization besides myself. I guess I would be the fourth one, um, who have a right and a legal um, cause to be able to work with NameNode to take action. So my understanding is that both Lucy, no, sorry, Lucy is basically just collaborating, doing work. It's specifically Ate and Joyce have been working with NameNode potentially in private. I don't know the details, but we've asked people if they're having private conversations, and no one's saying no. So most likely they are, which is fine, and
But
that
now,
through that they are trying to work out and I'm glad that they're here today, and they're trying to work out a agreement for payment for themselves and their families and their lives, and make everything fair. So I think what we should do is honor their time here and get focused on Ate and Joyce and get understanding on what their interests are and what they want, and maybe get focused a little bit more on them as individuals,
mhm, okay, uh, okay.
Are we
That's
done with this? Are we done with this final payment discussion?
I guess we can be done. I think as long as we include the draft statement on line 169 as one of the details, then that's done. And if it gets approved, it gets approved. But I would
Okay.
like to go through, and we could say, like, one thing that I think would be very helpful is that we could say a proposal, instead of to approve 9,000, we could say up to 9,000, right? Because if we say the proposal is up to 9,000, that means that as long as there's justification for the amount of money that we can pay it, and then we can start talking specifically about Ate and Joyce and then Lucy in terms of like exactly how much money each individual should get of the up to $9,000 that we have available. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So can we go to the next topic and maybe just start with I don't know, Ate?
So Jay, I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
So on the voting form, we are going to put only one proposal, right? And we say up to 9,000. Is that correct?
Unless we want to approve another proposal, right? But the next option is 24,000, right?
Okay, let's
So
just
Let's
so
no.
have
unless
one.
unless
Let's just
someone
go
is
with one.
serious, yeah, unless someone is serious about doing less than 9,000, there's no reason to have a second option. We can just have the one option. And
Yeah.
and what I like about the up to 9,000 is that it's not saying we are forced to pay 9,000. It's saying that up to 9,000 is a viable amount of money that should be able to cover everything through the
Yeah,
verification and the uncapped
Wait,
loan. Okay.
why?
but I have a problem because the option says 9,000. So I don't know why we're
Yeah,
putting
it's
up
not. Yeah,
to. We are
it's not
supposed to
up to.
work, not modify after everyone has voted. Is to approve 9,000, not up to.
Okay, so
If we
that
talk,
can
or if we
be
say
that
up
can be
to,
two
then I
proposals.
sound. I just feel.
So we can have two proposals. We
So
can
if
have
if
proposal
there will be another
one and
proposal, and
proposal
then we are going
two.
to go for the 24,000.
Well,
So
no, I'm saying that can be two perfectly viable options, right? Option one can be 9,000 exactly, and option two can be up to 9,000. If we want to have two
then
proposals.
option three will be
Okay.
13,000. No, will be 24,000. If we are going to other options, because we just want, I would like us to do something that everyone is comfortable with. It should not be like one person is comfortable and then the others are uncomfortable. So if we want to do something that is fair, that is legal, in acceptance agreement by everyone, we should go with 9,000. If you are bringing something
Uh,
like up to, then that is another issue. It means we'll have to go for 24,000, 13,000 equally.
I have a
That would be
question.
there.
That's fine. But you're saying that the proposal that is being agreed to is the nine
9,000,
thousand dollars. Yes.
yes.
And what I'm saying is I'm a no on that proposal. It still passes, right?
Yeah,
Not by
it's about
consensus,
a
but it
team,
does
right?
pass. correct. And so I'm proposing a second option, which is to approve up to 9,000, and that would be a separate vote. Everything in the proposal is exactly the same except for those two words. So it's a very
Yeah, but
small difference,
if
but I think it
no,
would increase my vote from a 2 to like a
if you
5.
propose that, then it means there is a difference.
Exactly, there is a difference.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I'm
So if
saying.
you are
Yes.
proposing up to 9,000, then we should also propose 24,000.
You guys can propose whatever you want to. I'm just saying that the 9,000 is the same proposal. We're just saying that it should be verified, not just automatically distributed.
But I think the team voted on it, and you are also
That
part of the
is it.
team. And the majority vote will normally win. Will normally win. And for this case, the majority vote already has the results. Why
Yeah,
again
so
are we
I'm saying this
putting
would
it
be a
on a form?
separate, this
Just
can be a separate proposal on line 209 to 230. Here, Mama Steve calling me. Do you want to call
the
her back?
the
So
the
So, anyways, I'm
I,
up to means from zero to 9,000, right?
Well, no, it means that we start at 9,000, and then if it's not exactly 9,000 based on the calculations and the agreements, then we work within that context, right?
Oh,
Yeah, what is up to means from what to what?
yeah, that's what you don't understand.
All right, well, we can clarify it. So we can approve $9,000 or less depending on exact calculations and agreements from each individual's needs as a final payment, right? For the team, for a team dissolution, right? So that's what I would change to approve $9,000 or less, depending on exact calculations and agreements, client work output, and agreements from each
I'll need
individual's
I need
needs.
5 minutes, please.
Okay, and agreements
So is there
based
a
on
difference?
each
Me, I see it's just the
individual's.
same thing.
I know. I think it's the same thing, but they're saying it's different, so it's fine. But in this language, I would vote um, a 5. I'm a 5 instead of a 2 with that language.
mm, yeah, you said to
You
approve
can go
up
outside
to
when it's
nine
okay.
thousand, up to 9,000.
Which is normal. Like every
Yeah,
day I work like.
When you're on like work stop and half working and all of that, it's kind of odd, but it's perfectly fine.
No, J change it to approve 9,000 or less.
yeah,
He
which
did
is
not
okay.
say up to, yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
I
He
did
did
not
okay.
say up
change.
to. That's
So
why
He
so
changed
you
it.
it
said
looked the same.
up. Oh, you said
On
9,000 or less, which is still same as up to 9,000. There's no difference there.
Yeah,
Eh?
the only difference is that up to starts at 0 and goes to 9,000, whereas
But
9,000
Yeah,
this
or less
one is not
starts
yes,
at
from zero.
9,000 and then goes down from 9,000.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's still the same anyway. So
No.
yeah,
I think it's the
I
same as
support the
well, but
idea.
it's slightly different. The terminology is slightly different.
Yeah, because the up to means 0 to 9,000. It should
Yeah,
start from somewhere, right?
yes.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
If you don't say the amount, then it's 0 to like that.
But definitely it won't be zero anyway.
Yeah, it will be zero if you don't say something from what from where we start. So it's zero.
Okay. Mm, I support the idea.
So to approve 9,000 or
So for
less.
people who feel like the two proposals are the same, you can vote the same on both of them. For people who feel like the proposals are different, you can vote on them differently.
9,000 or less.
I still vote at 7.5.
Yeah, it makes sense because we don't know exactly. It will not be exactly 9,000, right?
Yeah,
So so it makes sense.
can be less.
Leo Laporta.
Ay, sorry. What happened now? Calculations. 1,000 or less. Calculations. 1,000 or less.
Odo Oselwa. Vance.
Are we on break?
No, we're voting.
Oh, okay. Voting on
Break was only for you.
voting on what is that? Which line?
The line 209.
223 to 230.
Ay, 209, right, Jay?
Yeah, 209 to 230. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anyways, I would like to take a break and then go on to the next topic, which would be Ate, and then do a topic on Joyce and really go over each of you individually. And then we would go through the needs of Lucy. But we could also do that tomorrow. We could also just stop today and then tomorrow, like for me,
Okay. What is the
this,
topic about, Jay? About each person? What is the topic about?
yeah. So the things that each person are need to get clear is an immediate payment amount, and
Okay.
then we want to know what amount of money you feel like is required for final payment. And then the last part is, do you or do you not want to ask requests for liquidation of all of your equity
Okay.
ownership? And
Okay.
so those are
So,
the 3 parts to go through for each person, to get clarity on what your needs are and understand how that fits into the bigger picture of the agreed upon amount of the $9,000.
So are you equally going to state if you would like to continue with the team, or I don't know? Are we equally, do we have to state that?
I don't think that matters, because even if you said you didn't want to continue with the team, you could always reapply. Like, there's under our policies, everything is open and there's no way to exclude people. You can only do branches. You could always create your own branch or your own fork or whatever. So in that context, it's just really inapplicable of your involvement in the future. So you could take a break and then decide to come back. But either way,
and
what is
with
applicable is the immediacy for April 8th and whether or not people want to get agreement on a budget and or move forward with the organization. So that could be another topic that we could go over now, would be, next steps for the budget and or the people who know that they want to continue immediately. But I feel like until final payment is achieved, especially for your situation, Ate, and your situation, Joyce, that it's hard to even decide if you are even interested in continuing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a huge, we haven't finished the final payment yet. How can you decide whether you want to
Yes, it
continue?
will depend
If
on
you,
the
That's
final
true.
payment.
exactly, yes.
with that said, does it mean now I'm free to leave because the topic now is with the older people, because I want to see
You can stay, Uma.
what?
Why?
Yeah,
You don't
so
want anything? Don't you want any initial payment? You want any final payment?
But the talk is
Um,
Ate,
Uma
Lucy,
Uma will get
and
a
Joyce.
payment, I
Uh,
think.
those who have been here for years
Jay,
have
why
not been
don't
here
you,
for
Jay, why
No,
don't you
Uma.
put
Let's take
Uma
it
The
down.
reason
also?
is the reason is I
Honestly,
think why Jay is mentioning Ate, Joyce, and Lucy. They were involved before. There are a lot of maybe
A
they
lot of
have, yes.
value.
Yeah,
correct. I
so they
get
want
it,
to
which is
clarify, they
contrary
want
to
to
me.
clear. Then you guys, it's just like 2 months. You don't have a lot of things that you can ask. I have maybe this amount of token. I don't know. Maybe according to my understanding.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's true. And that's why I'm asking because I've not
No,
been
but
here for
Uma,
that long. Why
if
should
you
I
feel
be in
like you
that
are feeling
conversation?
sleepy, if you feel like
Mm,
going
mm.
to bed, go to
Yeah,
bed, my
yeah,
dear.
yeah,
You cannot
yes,
kill
yes,
yourself.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, no
Trying
one's
to,
required to be here. You can always check out. That is
Yeah,
always
yes,
the
yes.
case.
anytime.
And we can always communicate asynchronously on Discord or email.
Sure.
And also, we
Great.
can put that as a topic tomorrow for you also if you want.
No, I don't want to
Initial
be a
payment,
talking.
final payment.
No, okay.
Okay, let's take a break. Then next topic
Is
will be
anyone checking out?
Yes, I'm checking
Okay,
no.
out,
let's let Uma
and
check out real quick.
oh, okay, okay. Uh, I can do it on Discord. Or I have to do it here.
No, no, we're human beings. Please talk. We're listening. Just check
Okay.
out.
The session was good enough. I'd rate it at 6. At least you are now having some direction, and I'm hoping that you'll be moving much better. I checked.
What's your number?
Six.
6.
6?
Okay, let's take 5 minute break.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Break.
I'm back.
I'm I'm back as well.
Yeah, I think Jay, I have to.
I don't know what to tell you. Just work with them,
I
man.
think I have to check out.
Okay. Tay, did you want
We
to stick
can
around,
we
or should we just
continue
all check out?
tomorrow?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
continue tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
yeah, yes.
2 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, that's my time. Andromeda hour 2. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So so we just check out now.
Yes.
Yeah. So that at least you can concentrate even on your journey.
Yeah, I
Okay,
need
Jay,
to
you
go. I got a
first.
bunch
Yeah.
of stuff going on. I
Yeah.
would give
It's
the
really.
session a 6.5. Obviously, we missed
Mhm.
lots of breaks and other issues, which is a lot. But overall, I'm very pleased that everyone showed up, and at least all the main players. And I'm also a little impressed with Uma. Like, even though Uma was kind of confused on what's going on, it was he was very interested. He wanted to know what was going on. He was engaging.
Yeah.
He would brought us proposals. I mean, overall, I think Uma has been significantly prevented from excelling because of all the chaos. But I feel like he does have a
Yes.
lot of potential.
Yeah. Of
Um,
course.
but also overall, I think it was a good session. I'm very happy that we at least have an initial agreement with the two options on the around the $9,000. I think my original calculations on the bonuses was for the 6 months was $6,000. So getting to the level of 9,000 when you're looking at 4 years is not that big of a stretch. It's certainly a lot more than I feel comfortable with, but it's in the range that is, you know, worthwhile to evaluate and get much more detail on. And I could go on and on about the details, but we can talk more about it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll go next. I will give the session 6.99 or even a 7. Oof, it's really a good session as compared to the month. Past month, I'm very happy. At least we're all professional today. No shouting, and everyone's health. Everyone's health today is okay. Um, I'm looking forward to getting complete agreement and then getting everyone paid, and then see if who is moving forward and or who is dropping check.
If I could, thank you, Ate. If I could just add one thing that I think is important is just that in my calculations on the bonuses, the $6,000 was for 6 months and represented the total, and then it was the estimate, right? And but then the actual bonus in the budget was $3,000 was the actual budgeted amount of bonus. So between 3,000, 6,000, and 9,000, I think is a reasonable range in terms of understanding where we're at. But yeah, check. I just wanted to make sure it was clear.
Okay,
Did
check.
Joyce check out?
No, no, she's
Okay, I'm
here.
here. Okay, now it's my turn. Give a session 6.5, and yeah, I was okay. I was relieved from this session. At least everybody already vent out all what are from their hearts. So today they are more relaxed. So looking forward to our final agreements on how much to be paid and everything. Um, I hope everything will be fine, and yeah, looking forward for tomorrow.
Okay, so
Lucy, it's your
Lucy,
turn, Lucy.
Yes, I'll keep session 6.5. I'm so happy at least we are all in one page. No noise. Yeah, looking forward to have a better understanding. We solve things professionally and see what's gonna happen to the people who remain or those who are leaving. It's not the end of the road.
yeah, of course. What is
Check.
this? Okay,
Okay,
Jay,
bye.
Jay, is Jason
Yeah.
here?
Yeah. What?
Okay,
Gloria,
if
Gloria is not yet.
Gloria,
Yeah.
Gloria, want to check out?
I don't think Gloria is here. Gloria, are you
Okay.
there?
Gloria isn't
Go ahead
here.
then, just.
But what
Okay.
was your question, Ate?
Okay, my question is, I just need to put only those two proposals on the voting form and send them out, right?
Yeah, I think it's just those two. I can't think of anything else that needs to go out at this
Okay,
time. There
okay.
might be one. Oh no, that's a different organization.
I think
Yeah,
those two
just
are.
those two. Just the 2.
Okay.
Let
Wait,
me.
wait, wait.
So
There's also Uma, right? Uma had his proposal, so just put all 3
yeah, oh,
proposals.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So when I just put those, I should send out for voting, right? Because I think there'll be nothing for it. There'll be nothing that you need to add again. Okay, am I correct?
As far as the final payment, like criteria, I think that's
No, I think
everything.
everything was there. Yeah, even the statement and
Yeah,
everything is there.
yeah,
Okay.
I think that's everything. And again, the 2 proposals are exactly the same except for the actual proposal at the top. And then so like all the details are the same, right? And then we just have to do the UMCUS proposal, which is totally
Uh-huh.
separate. So we could work on that tomorrow, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All
Okay,
right,
Jay,
I'll
where
yeah.
exactly do you usually link all these forms?
Oh, our forums are a mess. I mean, Lucy is the best at organizing the forums, so check in with Lucy on that.
Okay, Lucy, where exactly do you usually link the
Yeah,
form?
I
Because
gotta
I'm
get
going
going.
to
Ciao.
okay, Jay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. On primary, let me
Please help
send you.
help me link it. I'm done with the form. I'll just send it out now for voting, then I'll go to bed.
Okay, let me search that link. Primary database. Remember database
Bye bye,
and
guys. Good
by
night. See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
Joyce.
Bye bye.
database. Wait, and okay, this is 1 degree. This is for March, April, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it has not been created. Let me create first and I'll send it to you.
Okay. You
Yeah.
can just you can just do on Discord, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you, Aboiti. Thank you very much, Lucy.
Yeah.